If you've got family, friends, or work calls happening over the Christmas holidays, and you're trying to squeeze them all in between your Christmas dinner, walking the dog, and general chaos, then Google Meet has a few features that are way more useful than people realize. Hi there, I'm Sharon, and I help make Google Workspace feel simple, calm, and just doable for solo business owners. And today I'm sharing 5 real handy ways of using Google Meet over the Christmas holidays, including one that lets everybody know that you have to leave at a certain time without it feeling awkward. So if you're ready, then let's get started. My first tip is a really good one. In Google Meet, you have access to a countdown timer. So everybody on the call will see how long you've got left on the call. It's perfect for saying, I've got 25 minutes left before I have to get dinner ready. And there'll be no awkwardness about it. So to get the timer, simply click on this 9 square grid down in the bottom right corner here of Google Meet. Click on there. And this opens up your meeting tools, and Timer will be one of these tools that you have access to. It's available for free as well on free accounts, so don't worry about if you've got a free account, do you have it? Yes, you do. You simply click on there. It opens up the timer. Add in how many minutes you want before the timer goes off. So I'm going to say 25 minutes. There's an alarm that sounds at the end of the time, which you can disable by clicking on this icon here. And if you're ready, then just click on Start. And you'll see the timer is now visible up in this top right corner. And then you can just close this down and the timer still stays visible. Now it's worth pointing out that the timer is visible to everybody on the call. And depending on what your host controls are, people will have access to this timer to be able to control it. So anybody can click on the timer here and then keep adding a minute onto the time, or they can pause it and let it stay for a while before resuming it again. So just keep an eye on that time, just in case you've got some sneaky people on the go. So moving on to my second tip. If your living room currently looks like a wrapping paper explosion, then backgrounds are your new best friend. So to access the backgrounds, simply hover over the middle of the screen and you'll see these 3 little icons appear here. The middle one is backgrounds and effects. So if you just click on there, it opens up the window over on the right hand side. And the new backgrounds are at the top. So you can see these are all themed depending on what time of year it is. So you can see there's a Christmas one, there's a Hanukkah one as well. You've also got the option of blurring your existing background here. And you can also upload your own personal background if you want to as well. You've also got access to all these other really cool backgrounds. If you don't want a Christmassy one or a themed one, then you can have like a cozy cabin, which is my actual personal favorite. You can have a lakeside tent view as well. And then you've got like the fantasy ones, you've got like a physics lab, etc. So just have a bit of fun with that, have a play around and find one that you like. And then if you want to get rid of it, then you can just click on this icon here and then choose remove, either remove background or remove all if you've got other things going on as well. So my next tip is for not so serious meetings, but it's brilliant for family calls. So Google Meet has filters and effects that you can use. So think of like silly hats, silly glasses, or just something to make the kids laugh. And again, to access that, you click on this icon that appears in the middle of the screen, opens up this panel over here on the right hand side, and you can click on filters. And these are your filters that are currently available. So again, just have fun with it, have a play around, choose one that you like the look of, and yeah. It's just a bit of fun, that's all. Especially if you've got kids on the call, it just makes it all a bit fun without having to install anything extra. One word of warning that whatever you actually put on, as in your filter or your background, if you don't want it there on your next call, then make sure to turn them off before you actually end the call. Otherwise it will be there on your next call. So yeah, I've just put the Christmas background on because I really like it. So moving on, and my next tip is actually quite an underrated feature, and that's turning on live captions. So this means it shows the subtitles in real time. So to do this, you can use keyboard shortcut C and the captions will appear at the bottom of the screen. Or you can click on the icon here at the bottom. When you hover over it, it says turn on captions or turn off captions if they're already on. You can even change the font size and colour by clicking on these icons here over on the right hand side. You've got the font size, you've got the colour, and if you click on the open caption settings, this opens up all your defaults and your language, etc. So captions are great if people are talking over each other as they do in family calls. Maybe your speakers aren't working quite so good, so you're finding it difficult to hear people. or you've got background noise going on, you've got kids' cartoons on the TV in the background. Having the captions on just makes the calls a little bit less tiring. You can just read what's going on. And then to turn them off again, use keyboard shortcut C to turn them back off, or you can click on the icon at the bottom again to turn it off. So my final tip is if somebody on the call needs to share a link or a recipe or maybe a Christmas wish list, use the chat feature instead of interrupting the conversation. So to do that, just click on the chat icon over in the bottom right corner and type in the chat. That way, everything stays in the one place and you don't lose track of who said what. And if you're the host of the call, then you can set it to save the chat afterwards so that you've got it to hand, and you can then email it on to people if needed. So those are my 5 favorite ways of using Google Meet over the Christmas period. As always, thanks so much for watching, and let me know in the comments if you're going to try one of these this Christmas. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.